Welcome back to Story Time with Pappy. Last time I left you, I was speaking about my meeting with the piece of shit Mark D for douchebag. He was my probation officer. So part of my slap on the dick, I guess you can say, from the state is that I also had to go through a substance abuse evaluation, right? So I had to go see some asshole who was a so-called expert in addiction and shit like that, right? So I had to go to this assessment, and you had to bring a significant other. Well, now this significant other could be a spouse, a boyfriend, girlfriend, could be your neighbor, could be a friend, could be a coworker, anybody that you want to bring along who can basically lie enough to get you out of the more heinous fucking treatments, so someone who is going to know you very well, but also who is willing to say, yeah, he doesn't drink 12 beers a day, he drinks 2, but this wasn't about drinking. But anyway, that to get the gist of the significant other in this situation. So I take my sister-in-law, Maria, who, wonderful woman, hasn't lied in her life, but yet she can make things, even the worst things, sound like a walk in the park on a sunny fucking day, right? The woman is very good with words and feeling. So anyway, Maria was my significant other. We go in. She sits down, and I go in to talk to this Angela, I believe her name was. So I go in, just what you would expect. A smart-looking, business suit, skirt with the matching jacket, all that bullshit. Not a bad-looking gal, but she had an attitude and also, but kind of the look of, iron bitch. Like she's gonna put my fucking dick in a vice and twist it slowly. And it was pretty much the feeling she gave. And once we got into it, I was exactly right. She was an iron slut. So she starts with the same old bullshit. I'm not going to get into too many details, but the same old stuff of trying to do the aha, I caught you. Asking me who I smoke weed with. I tell her I smoke it alone. What about all your friends? I said my friends don't smoke weed. What do you do in social occasions? I says I'll be, at a bar or at a party. I says, and I'll have a few drinks. I says I might go catch a buzz with somebody. She does the old, I just caught you in your first lie. She says, you're telling me your friends don't smoke. I said, my friends don't smoke weed. She goes, you just said that you at a party or at a bar would go out and smoke with people. I said, my acquaintances smoke weed. I said, not my friends. I said, so, good luck with your aha moment, Angie. My name is Angela. Kind of retorted, right? So I could tell I got under her fucking skin, which I shouldn't have done because I'm trying to seem like a saint in front of her, right? So I'm actually kind of cutting my own nutsack wide open for her. But that's my nature. I can't be fake, right? That's just the way I am. So anyway, time's up with her. She says, okay, go out into the waiting room, and I'm going to bring Maria in. So I go out, I sit down, Maria goes in. So I'm sitting there in a chair just waiting. This is before we had cell phones and all that. So I'm reading probably like a 5-year-old National Geographic. And as I'm reading, all of a sudden I hear, excuse me, Mr. Parker? And I look up and I see a slim young man standing there holding a clipboard in his hands like this across his chest, and he's looking down at me. And I said, yes, I'm John Parker. My name is Brian, so please follow me. I need to get a sample of your urine for our tests. All right, fine, Brian. So I follow Brian, go to the bathroom, He opens the door for me. I walk in. I start to close the door, and he puts his hand in and pulls it open and walks in behind me. I said, excuse me. I said, are you, looking for anything? I says, I need to urinate. He says, well, I need to witness you. He says, because you wouldn't believe the things that people come in. One time I had a woman, she had a small test tube of urine in her vagina. And then another man had a condom filled with urine tied to his belt on the inside of his pants. Can you believe that? So now I have to watch you urinate. So that's what we just need to do. So I'm going, oh, fuck, I can't, and it's not bothering me that the guy is, has a flaming personality. It's just, I don't want anybody watching me piss. Not even my wife. I don't even want my wife watching me take a leak. So I'm standing there, and he's now tapping his foot. And all I hear is a fucking Florsheim loafer, tap, 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 tap. And I said, can you please stop that? I says, I'm trying to take a leak. Excuse me. So he says, well, turn on the water. So I turn on the water. Not helping. Maybe just think of waterfalls, things like that. I says, I said, please refrain from speaking. I said, I'm trying to close you out of my mind. I said, I don't even want to know that you're fucking near me. I said, I'm imagining myself drunk in a field pissing on a fucking sunflower. I said, so please, just no more talking. I said, it's hard enough for me. So as I'm pushing to take a leak, all of a sudden I feel a fucking gurgle in my gut. I was like, oh shit, man. I shouldn't have had all those stouts last night. So I'm gurgling and gurgling. All of a sudden my eyes got big. I said, Brian, I'm sorry. I said, I don't believe this. I said, but I actually have the urge to defecate. And he lets out a screech. He goes, what? I said, yeah. I said, I'm sorry. I'm trying to take a leak. So before I can even get further, I had to spin around, drop trow, and here I just blow my ass out. Just explosion. And now I'm looking at his face. He's looking like someone's got his, someone's pinching him in the taint with a pliers. And he's just got this look. So I empty my bowels, finish up, apologize profusely. I hit the handle and flush. Okay, so now, and it's a tankless, thank goodness, so we don't have to wait for water to fill. So now I return to try and piss again. So I'm standing there trying to piss. He's now crawling the walls trying to get out there, and this thing fucking stinks. And so he's trying to crawl out the door. I go, oh my God, I'm sorry, but I have to again. So a second time I turn around, drop trow, blow the rest of my intestines out. I think I left everything in the toilet. Guts, everything. And he's just, by now, he's like got tears in his eyes. He's just beside himself. He can't believe this has ever happened before. And so I finally finish up. Now I turn back around and I squirt like 2 quick fucking squirts of piss. He looks at it, he says, that's enough, grabs it as he's putting on the fucking lid and just out the door. So he just took off, and I never saw the guy again. So I just had to giggle to myself and think, okay, poor Brian is probably serving his resignation letter right now. So that's my piss test with the assessment. All right, everybody, be well. Story time with Pappy.